and Amy almost being themselves as compared to Kenny, Jay, and Amy being radio hosts.
Yes.
Oh, but see, I come from My Talk where they blend together.
Yes, they do.
They do. I'm serious,
true.
right?
Yes.
No.
Those people aren't being, hey, it's My Talk 1171.
Right.
Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Correct.
Well, maybe
don't do
that's
that.
what you need.
Yeah, maybe we do better.
So I'm going to ask you some. What we're doing here is backgrounding the listeners. That's what we would call that.
Yeah, we want them to know who you are.
Gotcha.
And I do that. And the very first question I ask all people on News from the CRABBY Coffee Shop: how old were you the first time you got arrested?
First time I got arrested would have been 26, 27.
Okay. All right. Was your
1926 or 1927?
Sorry.
was your father
Are we going to do old guy jokes?
was your father the judge?
No.
Did you have to appear before your father?
I did a bit. Well, at 26, 27, he just called me a knucklehead.
Hold it, your dad's a judge, for real?
No, Kenny's making it up.
Oh, okay.
I was in Tijuana.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So that counts, right? Even though
Didn't you live there or something?
No, Tijuana.
Extra points.
I sure wish I had.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because that was such a cool spot. Yeah, so it counts because even though it's Tijuana, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
I had to be 26, 27. Yeah, I got arrested by Tijuana police. Sure did. Yeah.
I think you get extra points for being arrested there.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Don't they have the big bullet belts across their chest?
They didn't have the bandoleros,
Okay.
but they had weapons, and in the end, the arrest was just about us giving them money.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So they arrested you, and then did they take you somewhere?
Yeah, they took us to the jail.
Okay.
So these women came running out of nowhere. This is a long time ago now, so I'm trying to remember how this all went down. But we were 20. Bob and I, my friend, were about 26, 27, and some women started pointing at us, saying, "They're the ones. They're the ones," and we were like, "What does that mean?"
He got weed. He got weed.
Yeah. And there was a language barrier, and the cops came, and I think they were trying to accuse us of solicitation.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
I don't see you doing that.
No,
Jay.
there's a lot of things I would do, but I'm not going to Tijuana to solicit.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Okay,
Almost as bad as Wisconsin.
So I'm wondering.
It's Burnett County for sure.
For real.
Go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry.
Okay. I think I understand what you're going to tell us.
It was
I
think a little bit of a setup.
They were working
Hookers.
together.
Yeah.
The hookers were, I hate that. Sex workers were working with the police.
I think so. Again, Bob and I we were partying, having a good time.
Okay.
Next thing we know, we're under arrest, and my buddy Bob, he knew I was a reporter. He's like, "Do you know anybody at the embassy? What are we going to do?"
Yeah.
The embassy.
Okay. What town were you a reporter in at that point?
The embassy.
I was in Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay.
I joked with him. I go, "I don't think Tijuana has an embassy."
I don't think Tijuana and the Mormon community have a bond.
Bob, the question is, how much money do we have between us?
I said I should get Bob on the show. He'd tell you about it. I think we had to end up giving him. I think we gave him $300.
Yeah.
Something like that.
In
That'll work.
cash?
This would have been 1987.
In cash?
Yeah.
Did you have $300 on you?
Yeah, because we, going to go across the border and have a good old time.
Sure.
We weren't putting anything on a card. I suppose we could have, but I remember we took cash over, and so we
did they just say to you? Do they just say to you,
"You're coming with us"?
You're coming with us, but how do they communicate to you that it's going to cost you some American dollars to get out of here?
It was very broken, the English, so the language barrier was tough, but essentially they were basically saying to us, "Listen, we can make this okay, you can go home, but it'll cost you X number of dollars."
Oh my God.
It was something to that effect. This is what, almost 35, 40 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet it's not different though.
No, probably not. It's Tijuana.
No.
By the way,
and it's hard to imagine, but Bob and I stood out
a
little bit.
Right. You were blonde, right?
blonde, blue-eyed.
Little blonde,
And
blue-eyed, Salt Lake City guy.
Probably in an alley somewhere where we shouldn't have been, going to another bar.
You know, I've seen a picture of him as a young man, and I have to say, I would hit that.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Yes, you would.
Yeah. He was a good-looking young man.
Hit me right in
Amy.
the face.
And
So-
speaking of that, wait a minute, Jay. I don't know, Amy. You need to update your terminology. It's not sex worker. It's good girl.
Good girl.
That's what good girl.
Okay.
Pay
Didn't even
attention.
get a smile.
Hey, take note.
Because
Why don't you
I'm confused.
write it down. Good girl.
Okay. Okay. All
Good
right.
girl. So that is a true story, though.
Okay.
So
did they let you go immediately?
Yeah,
And did you have
yeah.
to leave the country?
No.
You could just go right back to what you were
They
doing.
didn't take us to the border, nothing. It was a complete scam. It was,
Wow.
hey, give us X number of dollars or pesos or whatever we had to do, and you're free to go.
How many times a day do you think they do that?
Lots.
That's a lot of money.
That's a
$300
lot of money.
in the mid
I'm guessing between the
1980s.
two of us, maybe $150 each. It was like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. No, they made sure it was worth their while. And my buddy Bob was almost crying. He was like, call the embassy. Call whoever you... he thought we were going to go to jail for
I bet you
like
had
ever.
fun,
But
didn't you? You thought it was fun, didn't
I
you?
did. I kept laughing at Bob,
Yeah.
saying,
This is
"Bob,
an
we're-"
experience,
I said,
yeah.
it's a shakedown.
You're going to remember this the rest of your life. This
Yep.
is awesome.
I said,
Yeah.
"Well, tell this
Trust
story."
me,
Here
I'm
I
a
am.
journalist.
And I said, here I am on a
Yeah.
podcast all these years later, sharing
Yeah.
that story. I kept joking with him, saying, "It's just a shakedown. They're going to let us out of here. We just got to come up with some cash, whatever cash we have on us, whatever they demand." And it was somewhere in that neighborhood, 100,
It's,
150.
if it was $300.87, let's just say, for the sake of conversation, it would be about $855, almost $1,000
Nice.
in today's
Today's-
money.
That sounds
Nice.
about right.
That's a lot of money.
That's
Yeah,
not a
no,
bad
we were
business
two
to be
young
in.
20-somethings.
We were 27, and it was our vacation. We were down in San Diego partying and decided to go to Tijuana for a day.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
a
was
lot.
like 1, 2 in the morning. It was late.
Oh, God. And what choice do you have?
We
You
had
have to
no
pay the
cho-
money.
We had to.
Good Lord.
But it was pretty funny because
You know,
Bob
I
was
wonder
almost
what would
crying.
happen.
He was almost crying.
What would happen if you didn't pay the money?
I
Would
don't
you
know.
still be there?
Possibly, possibly.
Then
I
you would
don't-
need to call the embassy.
Then I would have
and
got.
then
on-
they would get you an attorney.
I would have done something.
Something.
Jay Kolls for Mexican Eyewitness News.
Yeah.
I just knew. I guess I didn't know for sure, but it just smelled like all we got to do is give him some cash and we can get the hell out of here. And, Bob was like, I remember Bob was like, if I wanted a good girl, I'm not coming to Tijuana. This is ridiculous. He was trying to communicate with them that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And they weren't listening to him even. They were
Weird.
Yeah, they,
That's so odd.
they almost like they were
It's
saying,
like they didn't care.
It was almost like they were saying, "We know you weren't even trying to get a prostitute, so
right.
what are you arguing your case for? Just give us the
Right,
money,
right.
and you can go home."
So funny.
And we should get.
That was a long answer. That was a very long answer.
Well, I think I had to explain why Tijuana and how ridiculous it was. But technically, I was under arrest in Tijuana at 26 or 7.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
At what age did
Were
you
you
learn
arrested
to?
a second time?
Question number 2.
Yeah.
How old were you when you learned to drive, and what was the vehicle?
14, and it was a Volkswagen Bug.
Really, you hippie?
Fun.
Yeah. Well, so my older sister had a boyfriend who had a black VW Beetle, Beetle, whatever the hell they
Yeah,
called them
yeah,
back then. I think it was a 68 or 67.
wow.
Wow, that's cool.
Cool.
Might have been
Yeah.
mid 60s because this would have been, I was 14 years old when he said, "You want to learn how to drive?"
Go to the liquor store, get me some
Yeah,
six-pack and a pack of Marlboros.
Yeah, he wanted to teach me how to drive, and I thought that was pretty cool.
But he
it
was shit-faced?
it was to get him around when he was drinking.
Yeah.
And to go get him stuff. And
Yeah.
then I, of course,
Okay,
not to tell my parents.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Think about
So-
that for just, okay,
Yeah.
we're all at this table now.
Yeah.
We are adults, later year adults
Yes.
with
I
children.
like that, later
with
year
children.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
No.
knowing that how old was the boyfriend, do you think?
so my sister's, he had to be 20. If I was 14, he had to be 22, 21.
Okay, so let's say you've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
You've got a boy and a girl.
Yep.
Okay, so let's say Taylor,
Yeah.
your boy,
Says, oh, I got a bright
has
idea.
a friend
Yeah.
who decides to teach, let's pretend your daughter
Yeah.
is 14 years old,
You're gonna learn it, yeah.
and Taylor's friend is 26.
Yeah.
And Taylor's friend teaches your daughter
Right.
how to drive a car so she can go fetch
Yeah.
that person, drive him around drunk,
or
and go fetch him
fetch stuff.
Yeah. How, would you not kill him?
We'd wrestle in the
Yeah,
front yard.
for real.
We would have been a wrestling match. Yeah.
For sure.
Right? You know, and then years later, I found out from my daughter, who's now 33, that when she was 14, she used to take the car. She used to steal the car out of our garage in the middle of the night and go racing around Hudson.
Oh, I love
60,
that.
70 miles an hour. She said on the freeway.
Yikes.
At 14, yeah.
She's always been a badass.
She's a badass. She's
Yeah.
my daughter,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
So I think back to that. So she admittedly stole the car at 14 and would just drive around Hudson and
Okay.
do
Now, which
crazy
one's
stuff.
older, she or Taylor?
Taylor's 36. She's 33.
Okay.
Madison's 33.
Good Lord,
so that's
already?
crazy. I remember when she went
no.
to Shattuck.
Shattuck, yeah, right. Well, when Kenny and I first
That
started working,
hurts.
so I used to fill in at AM 1500 for
She
a
was
long
a
time.
teenager.
But when I started working with Kenny full time in 2006, she would have been like 13, 14. And she's 33 now, yeah, right?
Oh my God,
30,
Kenny.
33, yeah.
I'm
Well, Max
sorry
has
I
got
asked
to
that
be.
question.
Kenny's son's got to be.
Well, my son's
25.
Max.
25.
No, Max, and then
Yeah.
Ben is.
Ben is the same as
25.
Max. They're both
They're
25.
both 25,
Yeah.
which.
Yeah, Max
okay.
is about to be 25.
And I remember them being bornded.
Little tiny ones.
Yeah, so it's weird. The whole thing's weird, but yeah. So 14 VW Bug, and what was really cool about that as a kid, I'd never seen this before, but the engine was not in the.
It was in the back.
It was in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had one.
Oh yeah, so you know,
They're
yeah.
really cool.
I
and they
think-
sound like a go-kart or something.
Yeah, it sounded like a rubber band.
It's just it's not
It
even
was
that, it's
cool.
not even that deep. It's like
It didn't sound
right?
like a real
No, it doesn't sound like a real car.
And I had
No.
never seen one, so
It's very funny.
And he was kind of an old hippie, as Kenny mentioned. That's why he had a VW.
Yeah.
And I just remember as a little kid, 14 years old, going, "Wait, the engine's in the back." You know, I
Don't
just
you
didn't
feel like
understand.
a cartoon character driving one of those?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They're so funny.
Because my dad always had the big Pontiac Catalinas.
Yeah.
And, my friends' dads had the Olds 98s. That
Oh,
were just
yeah, the
huge
big, they were like
boats.
Cadillac-like.
Big coquette. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
The poor man. My
Poor
dad
man's
was
Cadillac.
My dad was a steel worker.
Same.
Pontiac
Yep.
Catalina.
Yep,
And he
same,
thought that was,
same.
but they were all big boats. And then here was this little bug.
You know, it's funny.
That's all it
Mr.
did.
Dimebag pulls into the driveway to date your sister.
Mr.
Oh, I bet that
Dimebag.
was a happy day for Dad, huh?
Yeah, right.
You know, I love that
Oh, my
because
God.
that's how we did things in
Yeah.
nickel bags or dime
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
if it was a good week, I could
Yeah.
do a dime bag.
Okay, all right.
If
So
it was
speaking
a
of
bad
that-
week, I had to do a nickel bag.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up? Were you a townie or a country bumpkin?
Townie, Racine, Wisconsin, steel town between Milwaukee and Chicago. So think of this. It's right on Lake Michigan. So think of Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Cross the border, Waukegan, Evanston, Chicago.
I
So
see
from
nothing but crime.
Nothing but yeah. That's all. That's,
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a megapolis of about, 8 to 9 million people? Something
Yeah.
like that, 8 million people.
Yeah.
But it's a big rust belt on Lake Michigan.
Sure.
So I was a townie. We were strict city kid. I mean, my dad was a steel worker. My mom worked part-time for a doctor's office as like a receptionist or something. And yeah, we grew up in the city. I mean, I had the back alley with the garage in the back alley, kickball, stickball in the back alley. There was no country, nothing. I mean, when I moved up here and people asked me if I hunted, I didn't, but my son wanted to, so I learned how to hunt with him. I used to tell people where I grew up, nobody hunted unless they were hunting people.
Right.
They didn't.
Right. Right. And
Right.
my dad was Jewish, so we didn't do
no
hunting.
No, I told him, I said, only hunting in Racine, Wisconsin was people might have hunted each other.
Yeah.
Because both my uncles were cops. One of my uncles got shot as a cop, not killed, but shot in the leg. And it was, my 8th grade math partner was shot and killed in a drive-by.
Oh my
and,
God.
Wow.
Oh yeah, my great grandfather when I was 8 years old, Bestefar, he was a Danish immigrant. So Bestefar was the word for grandpa. So I was 8 or 9, he disappeared. They believed he was murdered. So
Like mafia?
no, they just think He was 95. He had his routine. He'd walk to the bar. His favorite drink was a Boilermaker. He'd get a shot of brandy and a beer.
Okay.
And then he had a candy store he'd visit. And he was on his walking. So he had a route.
Okay.
He was walking his route.
Yeah.
And one night he never came back to the apartment where he lived. He lived by himself. He was not, there was no dementia. He was healthy. I mean, I remember him clearly.
That sounds like a hit to me.
They think my uncles who were cops at the time think they went to rob him. Somebody went to rob him, snatched him up, and then he might have died. They didn't know. They freaked, and he's either in Lake
Dumped
Michigan,
him
dumped him,
somewhere.
and they just could never find him.
Okay.
So that my upbringing was definitely towny, not country boy at all.
Well, this is a good segue into the last question. I have some property, and I have a tractor with a loader. Could I count on you to help me hide a body?
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Kolls would totally do that.
Yeah, and I'd be real good at it.
Do you still hunt?
Only because
Are
I've
you
heard
still
stories. Yeah, so I learned. So Taylor wanted to hunt, and I thought, well, I better do it with him. So I will hunt on occasion with him.
Yeah.
Like deer hunt.
Yeah.
I like to pheasant hunt, but all the other stuff, not so much.
Okay.
But I do enjoy it.
I always thought you were like the hunter guy.
No,
Why-
I learned at 41.
Wow, I
Because
didn't know
Taylor
that.
was 12 and all his buddies in Hudson hunted.
Okay.
He wanted to learn how to hunt. And I thought, well, just because I didn't hunt doesn't mean. But I thought if he's 11, 12 years old, he should learn how to do it the right way. So I
Yeah.
went through the whole gun thing you got to go through.
Sure. Safety training.
Safety training.
Yeah.
Then I shot myself in the safety training.
Jeez, Jay.
What, you're seriously?
Isn't that an automatic fail? Go home.
Yeah,
Go
right.
back home.
You're done.
Try again next year.
This is how city I am.
Jesus.
This is how city I am.
God, Jay.
I go to the you got to go to the range to do the final shoot.
Yeah, it's
test
usually
to make
with a
sure-
22 rifle.
22, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this could only happen to me. And in fact, the instructor who I knew started laughing after I was okay, after I hit myself. He said, this can only happen to you. He goes, I've been doing.
Was it a ricochet?
It was a ricochet. So
Okay.
they clipped the target.
Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out. That was me. So, they put the target on a clipboard. You know how
Yep.
the clipboard has that metal clip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I get down in the prone position. I'm eyeing that sucker up. I fire. Ching. All I hear is ching. And then all of a sudden, my orange cap, flies off the top.
Oh my
Flies
gosh.
off the top of my head.
Wow.
I was like, what the hell?
You know what,
That could have taken your eye
I
out.
could have
Jay?
taken my out. So,
I just realized something.
yeah.
The podcast we're going to do together features two guys that have been shot. Because I was shot as a kid, too.
Oh, there you go. See how badass we are? How many people can say they were shot and still live to talk about it?
Daniels, how
many
impressed
things.
are you right now?
talking-
So
Seriously.
many things are becoming clear.
You're talking to two real men. We have been shot.
You know what that
Yep.
is, Jay?
Yeah,
That's
and
a
I've been
band.
arrested.
I know. I know.
And I'm an ex-con from Tijuana.
I know you are.
Been in the joint
You know
in
what?
Tijuana.
You know what?
Yeah,
There was another time you were in the joint. And
I was hoping we didn't have to bring that one up.
No, this is a good story.
What, when I got
You
arrested again?
came here to the radio station in the office I now occupy for a month.
Yes, I
and
did.
worked.
I did.
So you didn't have to spend all day in the clink.
We call it the big house. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, don't
and
call it the clink.
I'm
big
sorry,
house. We're in the
jailbird
big
talk.
house.
I'm
We're in the
sorry.
big house.
But you took the
In
you took the
Plymouth.
cure. Yeah.
Yeah, I took the cure.
Yeah.
I didn't have any choice but to take the cure.
But
Well, you did the right thing. The first people you announced before your family and anybody was work.
Yeah,
And that's all we ask.
all you
If
do
you
is-
do that and you take the cure, you're good to go.
That's all. And what else are you going to do? You just got to
You
stand
can't.
up. Yeah, I did that. I
We've
did
learned
it.
from other employees, you can't hide it. They're going to find out eventually. And
No.
then bye-bye.
And I've never really operated that way. I mean, what you see is what you get, and that's pretty much a screw up.
Right.
So I just had to fix it and not get in trouble again.
But the point was, you were in the office that I now occupy for like a month, I guess pretending to work.
Well, I was busy.
You were very busy.
And if you
Instead
remember,
of spending all day in the clink.
and if you remember the big house.
Okay.
So if you remember, also you are allowed. For those who don't know, who haven't been in the big house, it's called work release. Like Senator Mitchell just got sentenced to work release.
Yeah.
So
Correct. Yeah.
you go to work, you go back to the big house, and then the weekends on the big house. So, but your employer has to fill out a form saying, yes, these are the hours, right? So Steve Conrad was gracious enough.
Yep.
My boss at
To
the
give
time.
you work to do.
Well, he did the maximum that I was working 12 hours.
Yeah.
So the maximum they'll give
12
you
hours a day?
12 hours a day.
Yeah.
But Steve
best
had to
PD in all of America.
Yeah.
Seriously, Steve was the
I
best.
love
Wonderful
Steve
guy,
Conrad.
and this tells you how generous and nice he was to me. He signs off saying I'm working 12 hours when I was not working 12 hours.
No one in radio works 12 hours.
No, ever. Not even in a whole week.
So it allowed me to sit in your old office for half the day.
Office, right.
Or excuse me, your future office for half the day.
Yeah.
Rather than go back to the big house.
Here's how that story ends. When your last
I know,
day,
I know.
because we were all around you. I was somewhere around there. I don't.
Yeah,
Was I
well,
in the
you were-
production room still?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yes, you were in the production
I wasn't
room.
the program director yet of My Talk, I don't
No,
think.
no,
That
you
was
were
early
not.
days.
No.
But Melly was there.
Melly was there.
And there was a couple other
Melly
people.
Morozak.
Melly Morozak. So Melly and I talked, and we felt like we needed to do something to send you off because you were leaving your job. So we were like, let's get him a goodbye cake.
Yeah, that's
So we decided
Oh, this is good.
we decided to get a cake for you.
Yeah.
That said, and there was 2 times it was awkward. The first time was when we called Willette Bakery and said, will you make a cake that says, congratulations on getting out of jail? Will you put a prisoner behind jail cell bars in like one of those striped outfits? And the woman goes, I'm sorry, what?
What? Do what now?
You did what?
You said, "Oh no, it's for our friend."
No,
it's okay.
we did. We said it's for our friend. He's in jail. It's
He's in
fine.
jail.
He
It's
only
fine.
killed a couple people.
Yeah.
It's
So
not a big
then,
deal.
He really didn't do it.
we have to go get the cake.
Yeah, you gotta go get the cake.
So we drive to Willette's, and anybody who lives in the Twin Cities knows that's the higher brow
There's
bakery.
one on Grand Avenue, right?
And there's one in Edina, and I think there's one in Wayzata.
But I think you went to the one on Grand.
I think we went to some fancy one,
Yeah.
and we walked in, and the lady brought the cake over because there's like a clear top.
Oh yeah.
And
She said-
and well, no, she had it open,
Yeah.
so you could inspect it to make sure it said
sure it was
what you
just-
wanted, and it was a jailbird. That was you behind bars in a striped jailbird
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
And it said in big letters, congratulations on getting out of jail. And we went to take it from her, and she goes, congratulations to your friend for getting out of jail. And she did not look impressed at all.
Well, she's a boob. That was a really funny cake.
After you left, she
She's
said,
a
we
boob.
got to raise our prices.
Yeah, she
She's
goes,
a
seriously.
we were selling these too cheap.
Something tells me Royce had a hand in that too.
He didn't. Well, I
was
think
just you and
he
Melly?
may have, actually. He may have. You're right.
'Cause-
I remember telling my brother and sister who work in corporate America about it. And my brother looked at me with a blank face like this
Like he could.
as I'm telling the story. And they worked at really big companies
Right.
in
Normal.
corporate America.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, corporate
And
America.
he looked at me, and there was
Said-
this long pause afterwards. And I was like, isn't that funny? And he looked at me and said,
No.
in what universe is that okay?
In ours.
Ours.
In our
That's-
universe.
That
He said,
perfectly
when we talk
describes
about
radio.
business,
Yes.
when we talk about business, Amy, you don't get to talk anymore.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I did too, but he
Yeah.
and my sister both looked down their nose at us.
No, that was clever and funny.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
It was clever
Daniels,
and funny.
let's talk about Jay behind his back right in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, and I've known this for a long time, the difference between on TV Jay and real life Jay?
Well, they're like two different
Because
people.
Jay on TV
Pretty much.
does not smile.
No.
He asks very
can't.
serious questions to very serious people, and he's got a very serious job. But Jay in real life is like, he's the class clown. He's great.
We
Yeah,
love Jay.
it's
We
kinda-
love Jay.
that's the truth.
That's the job, though. The other job you have
Yes.
on TV, you can't go into the mayor's office and be like,
But Amy,
Jay Kolls.
one of the fun things when I was working in the building and I was pounding the heaters nonstop is I would go down right behind the newsroom at the bottom of the steps out by the dumpsters where the cool kids used to hang out. And I'd be smoking a heater talking to Jay, and he was so excited and animated
Yeah.
about this super boring dumb
so
story.
boring.
And he's just going on and
Oh, my
ranting and raving.
God.
And then this guy said to me, and then I got a call from this guy, and he's like, rah, rah, rah. And then you see him on the air that night,
Yeah.
and Jay Kolls live, 5 Eyewitness News. He's all serious. It was so fun and interesting.
But you're right, it really was boring.
Yeah, it probably was
You would
really
go,
boring.
you would be like, because that's your job, but you would say things like, yeah, so here's the deal.
Man.
I went to a city council meeting,
Yeah.
which you lost me right there.
Yeah,
I went
I'm
to a city
already
council
thinking about
meeting.
other things.
Oh my God, they were reading the minutes and then this thing happened. And you're just like, oh my God, is this story over
It didn't
yet?
go that far.
No, it was bad.
It was not reading minutes. But
Here's where this is going to play into our favor, Amy. He's really good at interviewing people and getting them to say the things they don't want to say.
Yeah, we're
and
gonna have
that's
some
where
fun.
I'm really going to lean on you for that, Jay.
Well, it's like I told Kenny. I go, there are some people in town to interview that have never been interviewed. Like, for example, now I'm worried I'm going to bore you to death the minute I start talking.
Well, start with the Norm Coleman.
Talk to
one.
Kenny.
Well, okay. Okay, here's an interesting case. So, Senator Coleman,
Oh, I like Norm.
long retired, right?
Yeah.
Well, remember he had a cancer diagnosis
A while ago.
a while ago. So I was working on a story with him. Don't want to bore you with that, but so we started chatting. It was after the interview, we were just BSing. And I said to him something along the lines of, well, how you doing, after the cancer thing? Oh, doing great. And here's the thing. He said, Jay, it's a whole different perspective on life when you're told you got about 6 months to live. Why don't you go to the cabin and just enjoy yourself and say goodbye and get your affairs in order?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize he had been told something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
Right? I just thought he had a cancer diagnosis, went through the treatment, and then, beat it.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. I said, Senator, you're telling me you were told to go up north to your cabin and die? And here you are, how many years later? I can't even know how many.
It's been a while.
And he said, yeah. And he goes, it changes your whole life. And so we started talking about that. And I said to him, I said, boy, I'd love to do an interview with you about something like that, where you literally think you have
6 months to live.
Can you imagine?
And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're still here.
Did he say, because I'm curious, somebody brought this up recently, I think I was talking to Mishki or somebody, but why? Why did he beat it? Does he know?
I couldn't he didn't have enough time because he was running to a whole nother meeting because he said he would do an interview with me at some time. Because this is during, I think it might have been during COVID or toward the end of COVID. And we were looking to do longer form interviews because we couldn't get out and cover the news. And he did tell me some of that. And I can't recall.
Okay.
It's been several years now, but I told Kenny, I've never had a chance to do that interview. And to me, that would be interesting to hear from somebody, and he's, fairly well known still to this day, and a public figure. What is that like to be told you have 6 months and then you've got 10 years later or whatever still here?
That is my dream job, to talk about figures like that, not about politics,
Right,
not
just
about
about life.
whatever their expertise is, just about their life.
Yeah, and that would be fascinating. And then the other one I told Kenny, I go, the current acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson, who I've got to know pretty well. Few people know, but he was one of 7 people hired by the special prosecutor Robert Hur to investigate President Biden on the whole. Remember the classified documents, the debate whether Biden should. First, Trump had the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Then Biden had it in his garage or something.
Yeah.
And so they had to do an investigation. And I said to Joe, I said, wait a minute. I said, what was that like to be assigned to investigate the most powerful person in the world?
Yeah.
Do you sleep with one eye open? What was it like to go into the White House and investigate the
Yeah.
I
president?
can't imagine.
Right? I can't either. And then that was the group, that 7 who decided not to prosecute him. If you'll remember, 2 things happened. And I think Joe will talk about this if I can get him to do a podcast with us about it. They decided not to indict him or charge him criminally, that being President Biden, in part because of his advanced
Age.
and
Dementia.
Sure.
That was the first time anyone anywhere other than political opponents had said.
So when President Biden said, I have no idea, he really
had no idea.
idea.
And Joe Thompson was part of the legal team that put that in writing and said, we don't think he has the capacity to be charged and to recall everything the way he would be able to defend himself properly. And that crap hit the fan.
Yeah.
And then President Biden held a news conference and slammed the whole investigative report. And
As you have to.
I said to Joe, so all the Democrats hated Joe and Robert Hur, and then Biden hated him, and the Republicans hated him because they didn't indict him. So this group of 7 was hated by the entire country. And then President Biden went on TV and slammed the prosecutors. And I said to Joe, so what's it like to sit at home on your living room couch and the President of the United States is on national television
That's a good question.
saying you suck?
Yeah, yeah.
And the other half of the nation, the Republicans, say you suck.
Yeah, and you've got 100% agreement. It's a nonpartisan.
You just suck, Joe.
It's the most nonpartisan issue in the whole world.
And you're the first one to tell the world that yes, we think he has dementia and therefore can't even defend himself. And it's the most powerful person in the world.
Yeah.
And he lives right here in the Twin Cities. This Joe Thompson I'm talking about, terrific guy, great legal mind. I'd love to do that interview with him.
Yeah.
What's it like to go into the White House with the Secret Service watching over you while you investigate the President of the United States? That kind of stuff I think could be interesting to talk about.
And I'm going to at some point interview you, and we don't have to get into it now, but there's something about you in an interview you did that still sticks under my craw. And I'm and it's got to be 10 years ago, and I'm still just livid about the way the public went after you for reporting something that somebody else said. Not once did you say, this person said this. All you did was go
report it. Yeah.
All you did is hold a microphone in front of somebody's face, and you got all the heat.
Correct.
And Jay, I have never watched a news story, a stand-up bit 80 times in a row, but I did watch it for you because I just wanted to catch you saying it just once, and you never said it.
No.
What are we talking about?
I think he's talking about Pointergate. What are you talking about?
It was something with somebody was running for office, and she did one of these deals.
Oh, it was the mayor of Minneapolis.
And then the Minneapolis cops said
they said it was a gang sign.
Yeah.
And instead of going after the proper people, they all went after you. And then they went after Mr. Hubbard, which really made me mad because I'm family. You know, I belong here.
That whole thing was orchestrated out of the mayor's office.
Yeah.
To come after me, to deflect. And we had internal emails showing they wanted me fired.
Yeah.
And then Black Lives Matter picked it up. And then it just snowballed. And at one point, my daughter called me and said, what's going on with you, Dad? You're trending #1 on Twitter right now in the country or something like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah.
And then she said, and John Legend said you should be fired. And I said,
yeah, the whole country hated you.
I said, who's he?
Yeah.
I didn't know who John Legend was.
Yeah.
And really, it was a pack of lies that had been perpetuated.
So let's not give everything away.
Okay.
I want to talk to you in depth about that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just do serious stuff. I want to talk about dive bars versus real dive bars. Now, I'm not talking about the hipster dive bars where the wannabes and the shirt tuckers go to feel like they're part of us. I want to talk about I want to talk about the scary, skanky shitholes where you're really apprehensive about going in, and then once you get in, you're going, "Oh my God, this is so gross." For instance, there's a gal on Highway 70 in Wisconsin, west of Ojibwe. I know you know this area.
Wait, Highway 70 west. Where's Ojibwe? I know where.
It's by Winter, Wisconsin.
Okay, I know where Winter is.
Yeah, it's Ojibwe is west of Winter, and it's called.
So it's got to be east of Spooner.
Yeah, east of Spooner.
East of Spooner, yeah.
It's called, and I don't know if it's still there, but it's called Buckwheats.
Yeah,
and it's named after the owner, Joan Buckwheat. And her washer and dryer are right behind the only 3 bar stools in the bar.
I love that.
And it is a ramshackle hellhole.
How did you make it there?
Snowmobiling. And I used to have a friend that had a place in Winter, so I spent a lot of time in Winter, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to talk about people like that, too.
Oh, yeah. No, I told Kenny, I said, I want to do the interviews like with Senator Coleman and Thompson, the acting U.S. attorney. But if there's a couple canoeing down the river naked, I got to talk to them.
Yeah.
Ask them where it all went wrong or where did it all go right.
I'm fascinated by people that decide they need to go across the country on something. Long ago, I don't know if you remember this, but I wanted to do the Mississippi with you on one of those water scooters.
With me?
Yeah, get a couple water scooters, put in at St. Paul, ride those things all the way down to New Orleans on the Mississippi.
It better be a really big water scooter.
Yeah, right. Those
How
lots
about
can
this,
be a little
Jay?
tricky.
How about
Two of
this?
us
We
on a-
drive across the country on a side by side.
Oh, I could do that. I
Yeah.
could do that. I want to be on the sidecar.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do. Just
And
sit on
there's-
the sidecar. I could
There's
do that.
one thing I need
could.
to warn you about.
You don't think I could, do you?
I think you both could.
Yes, we could.
I think
and
you're
I-
misunderstanding me. A side by side is an ATV you ride in. It's got a
I thought you
steering
meant a
wheel.
sidecar motorcycle.
No,
So
everybody
did
in the country.
I thought that too.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
in the country has a side by side.
Yeah, they do now. You know
big
What does that
golf
mean?
cart.
Hold it.
So the four wheelers used to be just
One seat,
Yeah, now
right.
it's two. But Kenny, up where I live, north of Highway 8, again,
Yeah.
good old Webster
yeah,
by Clam Lake.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're becoming like stretch limos.
yeah.
There are
Four to six
four
seaters.
wheelers that are 6 seaters.
Wide?
So 6, yeah. Well,
No, in a
six
row.
In a row. Yeah. So,
So-
6 lengthwise.
So back behind you,
Yeah.
there
So
are 5 more
there's
seats.
1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5,
Amy,
6.
a friend of mine.
And that's supposedly a 4-wheel.
How fast do they go?
Pretty quick. Pretty
my
quick.
dad's-
I mean, 50, 60 maybe.
I
How
give it
many?
away. It's my dad. He's paid over $20,000 for a used
Yes.
one.
Yes. And
Air
that's the other
conditioner,
thing.
heater, power windows.
Hold it.
Where-
Is it enclosed?
Yes,
can be.
completely enclosed.
Why?
And some
Okay.
aren't, right? Some of the
No,
doors come
mine
off.
isn't. Mine, I don't put the doors on unless it's
Why
like
would
that.
you not just buy a car?
Amy, it's okay.
Because it's a side by side.
This is what I
That
love.
Try to
doesn't-
blend
I
in.
don't
See,
Try to
this
blend in, Miss
this is-
Mercedes.
This shit, okay.
Okay.
This is where Town Boy meets Miss Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm watching these, and they're going by my house all the time. And
I'm surprised you don't have one.
Well, I call it the sounds of summer, right? When you start hearing those bad boys come out, it's the sounds
I
of
live
summer.
in Stillwater, so
you
I'm
know.
aware.
All right, where I'm at, it's like a constant highway.
Yeah.
And where
Yeah.
I live in Voyager Village, there's miles and miles and miles of snowmobile and side-by-side trails, right?
Yeah.
So all my buddies up there that I know as my neighbors, they have all got them, right?
Yeah.
They're like, Jay, you got to get one. You got to get one of these. And I'm like, yeah, okay. How much for one of those? Well, my Razor was only $20,000, and I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me! I said, I'm going to spend I'm going to spend $20,000
Jay,
to just ride
You don't
down
have
the trail.
with a razor. You can jump approaches and do insane stuff and roll it over. Just get a utility one. Just get a utility side by side, and you can tool into town.
But how is it different, though, Kenny, than if I just take my Silverado,
A car.
See?
and roll
Try
my
to-
windows down?
Try to blend in.
Right?
Try to blend in.
Okay.
But Kenny,
Can I
Listen,
ask you both
listen
something?
here. You're both a couple of aristocrats. Stop being snobs.
Okay.
Seriously.
No, we don't. I'm not
even-
trying to be a snob.
not trying to be a snob.
I here's what I don't, and I'm going to ask this question for the audience who doesn't understand. Maybe there's only 4
This
of
is
us.
where I wish the audience could talk
Okay,
to us. 'Cause
I know.
I don't get the
I don't
four-wheeler
either.
thing.
But let me ask you this.
yeah.
Why? And I'm not being facetious. Why would you get a 4-wheeler?
Yeah.
With let's say 6
6
seats.
seats.
It's a
Who
side
are
by
you-
side.
Okay,
Side by side.
whatever,
Not a four-wheeler.
Kenny.
Not a four-wheeler.
Not a
Okay,
four-wheeler.
why would you get a vehicle that you go rough roading on
I don't
with
know.
6 people with
I
you?
I don't know.
That
I
makes no sense.
I'm sorry, I got away from my
Family,
I don't
employees.
know. Kenny.
Who goes in a group?
Well, I mean,
Oh, that's another thing. There's group rides. Amy, there's group rides where 100 of them will get out and go bar to bar.
yes, thank you.
Trails,
That sounds
gravel
so
roads.
bad.
Amy, can I
Wait.
help? Can I help
Yes,
answer your
please
question?
help me.
I still don't understand it.
I have 2 words for you to answer that question.
Okay.
And again, I probably have never done this allegedly.
Redneck?
No. Bachelor party.
But those
okay.
only come around once
Once in a while, I could get a bachelor party.
But everybody needs an excuse.
Daniels, yesterday
I couldn't
morning,
believe it.
after my traffic shift yesterday morning, I got in my side by side. I went out and tooled around in the woods for an hour, came back with wet shoes and wet socks, and I was literally the happiest person on the planet.
okay,
I came
okay,
in here,
okay. You
I
and
took
I have
my
the same
shoes off,
question.
I did Garage Logic barefoot, and I was so happy.
Okay, here's the question, Jay. You go ahead because I know
Well-
we have the same question.
Well, you probably have a different one.
Okay.
But I don't. Go ahead.
ahead.
Because I didn't understand. Because here's the thing. So we got a couple of buddies up there that I actually do hunt with during deer season.
Yeah.
They both have them. They're both trying to convince me to buy one, and I keep looking at them going,
You need one.
15, 20 grand to ride the trails.
Buy a used one for $4,000.
Can you get a good one for four? I was told you got to spend between 10 and 15 to get a good one.
Yeah, spend $5,000.
Get a bad one.
I could do 5, but even then.
Okay.
But they took me into the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the side by side.
Okay.
And we tooled around in the woods
Yeah.
and came out of the woods.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I said to him, I go, guys, we do that in our pickup trucks.
Right.
We're doing the same thing in the pickup trucks that we just did in the side.
Yeah.
And they go,
point.
oh no, these are cooler. And they go,
Okay.
and they go, and we can hop out and shoot faster.
Okay, that's...
And they go, we can even sit in our seat and shoot if we want.
Well, I left that part out, but I wasn't unarmed.
Yeah, right. So again, city boy from Racine, Wisconsin, son of a steelworker. I'm sitting here going, all right, so let me get this right. You want me to spend 15 to 20 grand just so I can go into the woods and maybe shoot a little quicker?
Yeah.
Because there's no door. If there's no door, you can shoot.
Right.
And be legal, apparently. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that.
Don't
but that's
worry
what-
about their
that's what
laws.
they
Yeah,
especially
don't worry
up
about
there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, now I thought to myself, Amy, that makes no sense.
It doesn't.
I can do that in my pickup truck.
It doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, it doesn't.
I don't get it.
And
And then
you're
to Kenny's point, they'll come down County Road C on their
Yep.
way to the crowbar when they're having their fall. or-
crowbar.
The crowbar.
I know that
Oh,
one.
yeah. I got the sandbar. I got the crowbar.
I know.
You've been to the crowbar?
Yeah.
Amy, I want to tell you a story about Jay. Quick story. I'm up in the winter Wisconsin area, and I go out on a four-wheeler ATV ride with my buddy Paul. We get so muddy that when I get back to the truck, I don't want to get into my
how much
truck
fun
with
it is?
muddy clothes. I take off my pants. I'm driving back to the cabin, and I look over at a bar called The Beer Hunter. Guess whose pickup was sitting in the parking lot? Jay Kolls. The middle of Wisconsin, the beer hunter.
That is a true story.
And I didn't dare go in because I was in my underpants.
I was
would've
in my
loved it.
underpants. There's so many things wrong with me sitting here listening to this conversation.
Well, and I think-
we were so muddy we didn't want to get in our cars, so I took my pants off.
Yeah.
And then I saw Jay, whose truck
No,
was at
he
the
saw my
beer
truck at the
hunter.
beer hunter, yeah.
And I didn't want to go say hi because I had my underpants on.
And I can't
Yeah.
even remember why I was at that bar that day. Do you remember why?
Yeah, because management decided to do some kind of, I don't know, synergy bullshit or some meeting where they had all the
Oh,
air
that's it.
staff
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
up at a resort
We
up
had to
there.
go up to a cabin for a retreat.
It was
Oh.
Heyman. It was Heyman that did that.
It was
Okay.
Heyman. Yeah, and that's because you called me and said, "Did I just see your truck
Yeah.
outside the beer hunter?" I said, "You sure did."
did.
Yeah, but I had my pants on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I still don't quite. Okay,
So
let me ask. This is the last question.
side-by-side thing is weird,
Side-by-side,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could understand if it's two seats next to each other. I've seen those. They're like little utility vehicles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You can go
that's what mine
get
is.
stuff and throw it in the back, whatever.
A Polaris
Here's
Ranger. It's
where
got
I-
a dump box. Yeah.
Right, a dump box.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's where I
don't
lose
get
it.
Yeah.
Those two seats make sense. Anything more makes zero sense.
What if you have kids?
Oh, really? You're going to put them in the back of that
Yeah.
and go where?
Well, they
Almost
do it up
all
there.
the farmers I know up here
do it up
have.
there.
I
have
know
four
they do
seats.
it up there, Jay. I know. They do a lot of things
Why
up
is
there.
Amy leaving the show? She should stay.
This is a really good illustration of why maybe it's time to pass the torch.
You know,
Don't think
speaking
so.
of that,
Yeah, I don't think so. I think she
Speaking
should
of
hang
that-
around.
I'll
Pass
hang
the
on.
torch or pass the plunger?
Jay,
Yeah,
Either
right,
or both.
for real.
Either or both.
the one thing you're going to learn about working with me is I demand a lot of time off, including coming up in October. And she has graciously said that she will absolutely fill in for me anytime I'm gone.
Oh,
and I
nice.
expect
That'll
the
be fun.
same when you're gone. She will be here
Yeah.
to fill in.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
Amy will
I like
never
that.
actually ever leave the Krabby
I like
Coffee
that.
Shop.
Yeah, I'll never actually leave. And it would be fun to work with you, Jay. Because I think we've bonded over the fact that 6-seat side by seat,
Makes no
there's
sense.
no reason for
No.
them to exist.
No, and my buddy's trying to sell me on the idea of 15 to 20 grand on a two-seater.
Just go to Marketplace, look up an old Polaris Ranger.
But,
It's
okay,
a bench
what would
seat.
you
I
do with it
promise.
even?
Driver, you go to town.
Well,
or go to town.
they do.
It's a going to town rig.
and every weekend up there, obviously it's
God.
cabin country, as you know. Every bar has got
Yeah.
about 20 of them.
Right.
And I'm just like, wow. So instead of taking the pickup or the SUV
Yeah.
or whatever you got,
This is a recent thing then, right?
it's, I would say the last
Last
5
few
to 10
years?
years
Yeah.
is where it's really exploded, maybe 10 years.
Yep. And you can take them on the highway.
And you can go on some, not all, right?
Oh, right. You've got to, I live in the free country
Right.
up here, so we
Well,
can
even
do what
where
we
I'm
want.
at, on the ones that they're not supposed to be on, sometimes they're on. But for the
I
most
know
part,
a guy, Jay, that drives around town in a golf cart with a loaded rifle, uncased, right next to him, just in case he meets a cat he doesn't like, or that rabid fox comes stumbling through. He opens up with his 30-30 right
Wait,
next to the bank.
Wait. I'm so glad you mentioned that because in
Yeah.
where I live in Voyager Village, there's a dude who's got the golf cart.
Yeah.
But it's got the seats are in the back facing the road, so you can't put golf club. So it's a golf cart, but I don't think he uses it for golf.
No.
And he's got a gun. He's got a gun rack.
Yeah.
He's got a gun rack on the back end of the golf cart, and he will drive around with it with this gun on the. And I actually took a video of it at one point and sent it to the newsroom downstairs, and I said, I live in a free world.
Amy will not visit me up here because she thinks she's going to get murdered.
In Alexandria?
Yeah.
No, wait. Where do you live? Where do you?
Stillwater.
Okay, you're more likely to die in Stillwater than you are in Alexandria.
No. Both her and Souchere, it's the only thing they agree on. They'll never come to the country.
No.
They're
That
worried
is
about
where
my people.
That's where murderers live.
No.
Listen. There's two places murderers live.
Where?
The suburbs.
That's you.
They do.
That's you.
I'm sort of exurbs, but
Well,
okay,
you're
whatever.
close enough,
Technicalities.
yeah.
But suburbs
Yeah.
or where he lives. I can't drive past a small town. If there's rusty stuff around, I think somebody might have been murdered.
I don't disagree with her, Jay. The difference is, Jay,
If there's rusty stuff.
the difference is out here, we know how to get rid of bodies.
Yes, we can hide them.
That's my point.
See,
And you
I
have
don't know,
shifty
man.
eyes. You've
I
got
don't know,
shifty
man.
eyes. Both
I grew
of
up
you.
in Racine, and I would say way safer where I live now.
Okay.
Way safer.
First of all,
Yeah.
Racine, you just described at the beginning of the show as a 7-9 million stretch of criminal territory.
Right, yeah.
Well,
city,
okay.
All city.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Is something just outside of Chicago dangerous, or is
It's
Paradise Village or wherever you live?
it was one big megapolis of
That's
danger.
my point. It was a dangerous place.
It could be. You had to know where you were going.
Do you really think Stillwater, Minnesota is dangerous? Have you been there? Didn't you live in Hudson?
I did, and I lived in Stillwater.
Okay, then.
And I would tell you, yes, it's safe.
No,
It
yeah,
is safe.
it is.
But not safer than north of Highway 8.
No side-by-sides.
And here's why it's safer north of Highway 8. Kenny will back me up on this. And I'm happy I learned how to use a gun. Up there, if you need to use it, you can use it. I got
what?
bears that come into my yard all the time.
I believe you.
I'm more
I do.
afraid of the bears than I am the humans
Well,
up there.
because would I have been in Webster or Siren
been-
with that north of 8 or not?
You would have been.
Yeah, we'd be
Clam
north of 8.
Lake. You're north of 8.
Yeah.
but you would have been probably a Webster mailing address, probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
You're up there with you.
I
Why did you
know
give that
the-
place up?
I know
What, did
the
you
area
sell it?
you're talking
Did you
about.
sell
It
your
was
place?
my mom and dad's.
Is it gone?
It's gone.
Oh.
But there used to be a
That's too
place,
bad.
maybe you've been by it,
Probably.
Midtown Tavern.
Oh, I've been there. Midtown
Tavern.
Well,
We lived
right.
on Midtown Road.
Oh,
If you took a right at Midtown Tavern, you would go to our cabin.
Okay, then you weren't that far from where I live, maybe, because up there, anything's within 15, 20 minutes is close.
We used to go to Spooner all the time for
Yeah.
dinner.
It's even quicker if you go through the woods on your side by
on your
side.
side by side.
I knew he was going to find a way to bring that back up.
Midtown Tavern, that's right on Highway 35.
Yeah, you know what? When you stop there on a Friday night, and
Which-
you expect
is your name somewhere
I had
on the
never,
wall?
No. I had never seen. I had never ever stopped there, but it was always at the end of the road
It's
where
right
the cabin
there.
is.
Yep.
So one night I thought, I'm really hungry. It's 9:00. I drove from the cities here. I'm going to stop at this happening place called Midtown Tavern and see what's going
pretty
on.
cool little place.
And they have burgers.
They got
that
burgers.
are really good.
Every place up there.
So
That's the-
I stop in,
Yeah.
and what I see is a bartender, which is fine, and 4 people.
Yeah.
It's pretty small, but 4 people sitting
about
on the
right.
stools
Yeah.
at the bar.
Yeah.
Exactly 4.
Yeah.
Solving the world's problems.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was scarier than that.
Well,
They were sitting at the bar with a beverage of whatever kind, doesn't
Sure.
matter, no judgment.
no judgment.
In front of them.
Yeah.
And I stood there waiting for my hamburger for at least 15 minutes, which is not a problem.
It's about normal.
Not one of those people,
Head teeth.
truth, but none of them talked to each other
That sounds right.
or me.
That sounds
What
right.
you don't understand
They
out
just
here.
stared into space
That sounds about right.
with a glass
See,
in front of them.
Amy,
They didn't want to talk to you.
No, they did
You
not.
live-
each other.
I
Amy.
was aware.
here's and this is what you don't understand. You live in an area where people will call 911 if a guy driving on the freeway looks funny. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Up here,
Fair
out in the
point.
country, we mind our own
Yes.
business.
Yes.
We know how to not get involved in other people's
business.
nonsense.
Yep. I'm
Unless you're
surprised.
shooting them.
I actually thought, once you asked me if I was towny or not, because I grew up in the city, and I thought you were going to say, so then why did you become a country guy? Right? It's like,
Oh, I know
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
I know why. I live in the country.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it to me.
Yeah, you're
Is
right.
But what we ask
why
is-
did you? Why did you?
For the reasons he's talking about.
Safety?
Here's the deal, though.
No,
Don't drag your city bullshit into the country. This
don't.
is a whole different way of life. Sometimes we drive 40 on the highway just because we want to see how the corn is doing. Okay?
Exactly.
We're
Yep.
checking out the corn and the beans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he nails it. So the reason I wanted to go up there so bad is because I had friends up there, so I really like the area.
Yeah.
I love everything he just described. Everybody just minds their own business. You know, if they want their 4-wheeler and their 6-wheeler side by side, which I'm sitting there still going, I don't know,
don't
man.
get it.
I don't- that's a lot of money just to. I could get a Jeep with a rag top and
Yeah,
do that.
right, truly.
So, but and everything is a much slower pace, and I love that. And my neighbors, I can't see them. I have some neighbors, I can't see them.
Yep.
They can't see me.
Yep.
I don't bother them. They don't bother me.
Yeah.
And as to Kenny's point, there's a lot. In my opinion, you feel a little bit freer, if that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah, just
I go
No, I
outside and
get
pee
it.
in
I
my
wouldn't.
front yard while wearing underpants.
yes, I go out naked. I
Yeah.
will walk in the front yard naked
Yes.
if I have to real quick grab the dog.
Yep.
Or whatever, it will be bourgeois nakedness. Just
Okay, you guys, this is where you lose me.
no,
Okay, Amy.
because but Amy, listen, Kenny, am I wrong?
Why do you have
No.
You
to-
walk out with that freedom to say
Yeah.
it doesn't matter that I'm naked because
Yeah.
nobody can see me.
Right.
Nor if my neighbors saw me, would they care? They'd go, "Oh yeah, I was naked in my yard the other day too."
Yeah.
I get it because we can see,
Yeah.
and nobody cares.
The toughest
a
part,
beautiful thing.
Amy.
Is it?
Yeah, I have no drapes in my house. I have no drapes anywhere.
You don't need them.
Don't need them.
But here's the thing, guys. I don't either. But you just have to write. Okay, it doesn't matter.
You don't have drapes,
No,
but you live in the city. You should have drapes.
but I don't have any neighbors around me.
Oh, okay.
I could also walk out naked.
You
but-
should. It's
but
freeing.
I don't.
It's freeing.
But I don't.
She lives
I
in
don't
one of
do
the
it every
biggest
day.
houses. Jay,
I
she
do
lives in one of the
not.
biggest houses in Stillwater.
I do
You
not.
can
She
see it
does.
from the new
I do
bridge.
not.
You can see it from the new bridge, and it
I do
overlooks
not.
the river. No, I've seen your palace. You told me
Yeah.
where it was. I knew exactly.
No,
Listen,
it
you
is
can-
not big.
Ah, okay.
It's not.
So I thought the story was about truth telling.
Amy,
Are we going to lie now and
It's
pretend
not-
Amy's not
okay.
loaded?
the toughest
Amy's
part,
not.
Amy,
No, Amy.
the toughest
Come
part
on.
about moving to the country for the roommate was the shots after the sun goes down.
Okay.
And I finally, after a couple of years, have finally reassured her and said, "Don't worry, it's just the good old boys
It's just-
taking care of business."
Okay. Taking care
you know
of
what,
business.
you guys?
Nothing to
I'm
worry
going to be
about.
serious for a sec.
Thank you.
I'm going to be serious for a sec. Okay, seriously. That makes no sense.
Which
So
part?
you both said about going out and being naked and it's free and there's no crime and it's safer.
It's true.
Blah, blah, blah. And yet Kenny has to talk to his longtime wife and assure her that the gunshots she's hearing.
But
I'm
maybe it
taking
was
care of a porcupine.
A skunk, a
Skunk
deer
or
they just
porcupine.
hit.
Yeah.
I
It's all-
never hear gunshots where I live. Never.
But when we hear it, we know they're taking care of business like
re-
a porcupine.
It's reassuring and makes me feel better about my surroundings.
Yeah.
I love
Kenny,
it.
one night I came home because my house is basically a cabin built in 1972. It's an old cabin. So the motion lights had burned out. And so it was really, really dark. I'm like, oh, crap, I can't see to get to the sunroom door. And I get within 3 steps of the sunroom door, and I hear something hitting the door. So I stopped, and it was pitch black. And I thought, okay, that can't be the bear. I would have seen the bear because I've got bear. So I pulled out my light on my phone.
Yeah.
And it was a porcupine, and it was 3 feet from me. So if I'd taken another 2 steps, because he had his
Quills.
Jay,
he was doing the whole porcupine thing with his quills out.
Amy's gonna love this one. One night I went outside. I was Porky Pig in it, so t-shirt, no pants.
No pants.
And I'm outside to use the restroom, and I see a kitty cat walking towards me, but I couldn't make it out, so I bent over really low, like this, and discovered that I was looking a skunk eye to eye, just 2 feet away.
Yeah.
So you got to be armed in the country.
So, and that to your point, if I hear a gunshot, that means I didn't have a pistol on me. I probably would have shot the porcupine, right? Because you know what they do? Because you know what they do up there. And this is my
They're
neighbors
nest raiders.
Yeah, my neighbor Jeff says to me, because I said to him, I go, I got this porcupine. He's just hanging out, coming up and down the driveway every day. And
Trespasser.
Then trespasser.
Take
He goes,
care of that.
you got to shoot that thing, Jay. And I said, really? Why? Why would I want to shoot a porcupine? This is the city kid in me coming out. He's kind of cool. He just waddles along. He's not bothering me. He goes, he'll eat every piece of wood on your deck.
Yeah.
Really?
And, they eat wood. And he has started eating at my deck. And he said there have been... You've seen the cabins up there where they've got a deck that might be on the second floor with big long legs. He says they've chewed
the legs off,
and the decks have collapsed.
I didn't know they did that.
I didn't know they did that either. And he said, so if you see, and so there he was right at my door, probably trying to get in the house if he could. If I had taken 2-3 more steps, I'm sure those quills would have been right in my leg.
I was going to say, they
right?
shoot quills,
Yeah,
right?
would have been right in my leg. I don't know if they shoot them, but I would have came in contact with it for sure. And when I shined the light, he was puffing out. He was puffing out.
Oh, okay.
He's ready for battle.
He was ready for battle. The quills were protecting his eyes. He looked about as creepy. He had 2 little beady black eyes.
Oh, my
and I was
God.
2 feet
They're
from
Satan's
him.
pet.
They are Satan's pet.
How big is a porcupine?
This one was
Size of a raccoon, 30, 40 pounds.
This one was
Really?
This one I was just going to say like a giant. This one looked like a giant raccoon, but he was puffed out with the quills, ready to do
looked
battle.
even bigger.
Yeah, and he kind of doesn't snore, but it's dark. It's pitch black. All I can see is his little eyes, and he's going at me. I was like,
You know what that means? In porcupine language, that's bring it.
Yeah, I
Bring
think
it.
he was. So I started doing the old ha, and he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And he wasn't moving. So I had to go around and go up the steps on the deck.
Find
and
a
go
new
in,
door.
New
Yeah.
door until he waddled away. But that's what Kenny's talking about. When the guns come out and you hear it, you know somebody's taking care of a problem like a porcupine.
So to wrap this
In
up,
Stillwater, somebody's dead.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. While you two were arguing, Jay, while you and Amy were arguing, I went to Marketplace. I searched for $5,000 or less Polaris Rangers. The market is flooded.
Yeah, but here's where I would need your help or somebody's help. I can't work on those vehicles, right? Like I can change a spark plug, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
Like I once put a
Your
doorknob on upside down at my house.
Your neighbor,
I get it.
Your neighbor has a trailer. He'll help.
Yes, I'd have to find somebody because if I'm getting one at $5,000, my guess is, knowing me, I'm going to use it 3 times, and it ain't firing up when I go out for trial number 4.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Your neighbor will help.
I'm down at the crowbar, and it won't fire up when it's trying to leave the crowbar.
Well, do they make electric ones?
They do. Oh, you know what? Amy, don't laugh. They do.
Seriously?
I know they do, but
Jay,
why does
Jay.
she care?
Listen,
She doesn't want anything to do with them. All of a sudden, she said, "Well, how about an electric one?"
if you want to be,
I care about you, Jay.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, the environment."
if you want to be really sneaky,
Yeah.
get an electric one because you can sneak around and nobody hears you coming.
Silent.
But
Yeah.
now, do you have an electric one?
That's a whole new world.
you
Not
have
yet.
it?
That's a goal.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny.
Do it.
If I get the...
Do it, Jay.
Okay, you come up and ride with me?
I will.
To see what the
if you
thrill,
get an electric
to see
one.
what the thrill
yeah,
is.
but only if you buy a 6-seated one.
And you're in your underpants.
So you go, yeah, and you're porky pigging it.
No, and to your point, I have had to sit at County Road C and County Road A while about 100 of those go by when they do their fall and spring rides.
Spring rides, yep.
And I'm not kidding. There's at least 50. At
Yep.
least 50 that go by.
Yep.
And I'm just
Wow.
thinking, where are they all going together? And then you get down to the Crowbar and you realize they're all at the Crowbar. Where I'm just like, so I guess this is a big club, like a motorcycle club, right? Something like that. And they do it.
So
they just travel together.
Here's what you and I do. We go right to Polaris and we tell them, get us a couple of side-by-sides. We'll give you publicity. We're going to start on the East Coast and take the Lincoln Highway all the way to the West Coast.
Oh, man, that's a lot of ambition.
But don't you only need one side-by-side in that case?
But wouldn't it be more fun in two?
yes.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
more private, but don't you want a road trip together?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that the point of
separately.
a side-by-side?
Together,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
separately. It's like a marriage. Everywhere that the roommate and I go, we go in separate cars.
Listen, if we could get Polaris to get me a side-by-side, I would gladly drive that thing around Voyager Village and all the trails up there. I would
Yeah.
put on a GoPro, and I would say, convince me, Polaris, why this is meant to be.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yep. All right.
How's that work?
Well, I guess
Who talks to Polaris now?
you had such a I just cut a deal on the podcast
Yeah.
kind of look on
you
your
don't
face.
know
think I
these.
What do you think about that?
Jay,
I did feel pretty
You
good
did.
about it.
He did.
haven't you
You're
met
good.
the?
That was good.
Haven't you met the vultures and jackals and sales? I bet you they're already on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
They're-
they'll call.
No.
Yeah,
no.
he just gave me a. I
No.
just thought of that now.
Yeah,
Kind of look.
they will. So I guess this is goodbye to Amy and hello to Jay.
It's too bad. We shouldn't say goodbye to Amy, but okay.
All right.
Thank you, Amy. I really, really appreciate it.
love you,
and I
Ken.
love you, even though you. Let me put it this way: you are my favorite dummy.
I know, and you're mine. You're
Bye.
mine. And you know what? You guys are going to have a blast together.
I think so. Yeah, we had a good time in
I
radio.
love you both.
We had a good time. Thank you. Love you too. Is
Oh,
that it?
and
Is-
we're
are we
gonna
done?
wait.
Hey,
we're
Rivers,
starting
thanks.
we're starting in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, well, so not next week, but I think the week we have to pick a date. Dan Seaman just said we should pick a date. I don't.
Yeah, I might be on vacation that
Okay,
day.
that's fine.
But good luck.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you guys are clear if you want to talk.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, dude, no problem.
We can talk to him on our mics.
Yeah, there's nothing recording. You guys
Nope,
are good.
we're
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank
guys
you.
are good.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, we should actually, once in a great while, it would be fun to do the three of us. That was
100%.
super fun.
100%. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Because I have a leg in each world of country and city.
You do.
And you are city and he's country.
Yeah, for sure.
and so I can kind of get.
But you know what's funny? The reason I'm in Stillwater
Yeah.
is that I am close enough. I can get on a trail with my bike and go up like the St. Just keep going up north on
Been there,
that
done
Browns
that.
Creek Trail.
You don't
It's
even know the name of it. You love it so much.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Part of the reason
I know the
lived in
name of
there-
the trail, but not the road. It's
Part of the
95,
reason I lived
guess.
on. Part of the reason I lived in the St. Croix River Valley for so long was I thought it was beautiful
It is beautiful.
and quiet.
yeah.
Quieter.
And-
and now I really love him being farther out and farther
Even
away.
quieter.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
Amy,
get that.
It's clear that you've been hanging out in this studio for far too long because you just did a Royce.
What'd I do?
What you do?
Well, when you were trying to describe the pattern of the trail, you were hand motioning.
Right, like anybody
it-
saw that.
it fucking winded
Yeah,
like
right. Yeah, I know.
That is a Royce radio.
You know when he goes
It just goes up like that.
Here's
That's
the only
the
thing.
first thing I thought of.
true, you're
Here's
right.
the only thing I miss about when I live up north now is my food choices are cheeseburgers
That's it.
and cheeseburgers and maybe some fried wings.
Yeah.
You know what I
just
remember?
miss.
Yeah, you know what I remember from Siren when we had the cabin was
Yeah.
when we first moved there. We were like, let's check out some of these places, these restaurants.
Yeah.
The choices were cheeseburgers or
Bar pizza.
cheeseburgers
Or
Bar
fried
pizza.
chicken.
or fried chicken or
Haggis
maybe fish
pizza.
fry Friday.
Haggis
Haggis pizza.
and then a Friday fish fry.
Friday fish fry. That is pretty much it.
That's it.
We used to go to a place in Spooner called Foxy's. It's gone, I believe, but
Yeah.
it was a really good restaurant.
Yeah, no more.
Nope, gone.
So I do miss that.
I do,
However, I'm actually only 56 miles from Duluth. I'm an hour from Duluth.
Oh, that's not bad.
Are you really?
1 hour from Duluth.
Wow.
So I just, whenever I want to go get my fix of, I got to go get some decent food.
Yeah.
I run up to Duluth. When
I
wanna
forgot
get
it was that close to Duluth.
hour and a half to here, an hour to Duluth.
Really? Wow.
Well, actually, an hour 40 here
Okay.
from where because I'm a little farther north than where you were in Clam Lake.
So what's the deal with TV? How often are you going
Oh,
to be
she
there?
was in Clam Lake?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Clam Lake.
Yeah.
Deb's
she did.
Why Go By? There's a bunch of bars in Clam Lake I used to go to, right on the snowmobile trail.
Well,
Yeah.
Midtown Tavern is one of them.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's on
that's
the
the one I was
snowmobile-
talking about.
I think it's on the snowmobile trail.
There was one called Deb's Why Go By. We always stopped there.
I know
yes,
that.
yes. I actually went by that last weekend. Deb's Why Go By? Yes.
Yep.
Because I
Well-
had to stop to read the sign 3 times. The Why Go
Why
By.
go by? How's it spelled?
Why?
Like it sounds.
The letter Y?
I think it's the letter Y, and then go by.
by.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Clam
believe me.
Lake is the one they do like snowmobile skipping
Yes.
contest there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Water skipping.
Yep, water skipping.
That's hillbilly hijinks.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
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 It's the best.
And there's good walleye fishing on Clam Lake.
Yeah, there is. So
Well, I'm going to get in my side-by-side with no pants on and go
So
kill
weird.
something.
I'm telling you, that no pants thing is
Yeah.
freeing and lovely.
you know what? Here's the thing. Leighton Peck used to tell me the same thing. The first thing he did when he got home was take his pants off. And his daughter, who Blake was 18 at the time, was like, and there go his pants. And I'm out of here.
Of course, I wasn't doing it around
I wouldn't
my
either.
daughter.
No.
I was just trying to emphasize, like Kenny.
But what is
It's so-
that?
It's the
not,
same
I'm
as
telling
taking-
you, women
Amy,
do not go home and look forward to
Amy.
taking their pants off.
Shut up. We've already had this conversation. You take the bra off the second
yeah.
you walk in.
Yeah, okay, that's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
Same thing. But what's nice is what Kenny's referring to is like he and I don't go out and have our morning coffee sitting out there naked.
Right.
If
Not always.
If you had to run outside in an emergency.
Yeah, like the dog gets out and
Yeah.
you're in your underwear,
Yeah.
you're
It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Right.
Nobody's there.
Right.
It's kind
Gotcha.
of nice.
Okay, I get that.
Kind of nice.
Okay.
You're like, I don't have to worry about it.
Sure.
I don't think we sit around going, hey,
You know what I'm going to do?
time to
I'm going to
take 'em
go
off
be
and
naked.
wander.
There's nothing perverse about it whatsoever.
No, it's just-
I'm watching the Vikes game. It's Sunday night.
I'm
or
not
whatever.
saying
I
it's
don't have any drapes and I'm in
not
my underwear.
I'm not saying it's perverse. I'm saying women do not sit around watching the Vikings game in their underwear
They should try it.
or no underwear.
Very comfortable.
It's
Well, if you lay down some towels, everything's fine. Yeah. I got to go. You guys can keep
See you, bye.
arguing all
Okay,
day.
bye.
See you soon, man.
Kenny.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep. See you, dude.